What is the best variation of deadlifts that you can do for bodybuilding purposes? Now, if you would have came to me years ago and asked me this question, my answer would have been different than what it is now. But when it comes to full development of the posterior chain, your traps, your lats, your middle back, your lower back, your hamstrings, your glutes, there's one movement that's really gonna hammer away at the way those muscles look. And years ago, like I said, I probably would have said conventional deadlifts, but if your goal is not powerlifting, that is not the right answer. The RDL is the best variation that you could do from a bodybuilding standpoint to develop those muscles. Now I'm gonna explain. One, first and foremost, safety. So the RDL is one of the safest versions of the deadlift that you can do. When you start a conventional deadlift or even a trap bar deadlift, you're starting at the hardest point. So the weight is at a dead standstill, it's not moving, and you're trying to lift the heaviest amount of weight in the hardest portion of the lift. And it's very, very dangerous, especially when your form is not 100% and you're just trying to yank weight off the ground. However, with the RDL, it's a much safer setup because one, obviously you have to use less weight, but two, you're picking the weight up off a rack, you're stepping back into position, and then you're eccentrically hip hinging the movement. So it's a lot safer because you're able to get in the right position, steady yourself, keep good form, and do it. So comparatively, an RDL is a lot safer than a conventional deadlift in that manner. Also, you're gonna hammer those posterior muscles a lot more with an RDL than you would a deadlift. Remember, a proper deadlift, not touch and go deadlifts, just a proper deadlift is done by bringing the weight up from the ground and then putting it back down and then resetting and doing it again. With an RDL, there's constant tension on those muscles throughout the entire lift because the weight is not touching the ground. So you're basically hip hinging all the way down to the grid, just about the point where the weight almost touches the ground, and then you're coming back up. So there's constant tension. With an RDL, those muscles of your posterior chain that I mentioned, your traps, your lats, your lower back, your middle back, your hamstrings, your glutes, they have to isometrically hold that weight. They have to hold it while doing that movement. So you're gonna get a lot more out of that. With the deadlift, you still have to hold those muscles in place, but once you put that weight on the ground and rest it, the tension's kind of taken off those muscles. So an RDL for bodybuilding purposes, one, way more safer, two, you're gonna get way more out of that. Plus you can do a lot more reps with it without being as fatigued as you would conventional deadlifts. So if you're looking for the best alternative to deadlifts that's gonna give you the most longevity and the most development, switch to RDLs and you won't be sorry. And if you wanna learn how I train to get the best body, then just click the link below and you'll find my training programs down there. And until next time, this is Anthony, AB Fitness. I'll catch you on the next one.
Our overcrowded personal training gym is in need of trainers. We are drowning in new clients that want and need instruction, and we need you. Certification is a plus, but not necessary. We are growing fast, and there are many opportunities for growth inside our company. So send me a message now if you are interested in working with the best.